It was in January of 22 that I joined the Harry Potter speedrunning community. One of the first things I noticed when I looked at the board was you. I clicked on other games. There you were as well. Consistently at the top, holding that first place. If you weren't, then you were definitely close. How is this possible? I went. How can one man consistently play all these games at a top level, improve them, break them, show them love, even to the ones that arguably don't seem worth playing? You weren't very active when I joined, or rather, you were busy. University life was doing its thing and preventing you from streaming regularly. You were taking a break to focus on important things in life. But yet, there your times were. They remained looming, unchallenged. Very few of them, if any, bested. You came back. I believe it was 2PC Hundo. I tuned in. I didn't chat much. You looked focused. Invicta Sempra. There was no doubt in my mind. It was then I saw a level of gameplay that I myself was unfamiliar with, but recognized. It was consistency I could only admire. It was skill. After that, you were back, live almost daily. The partner grind hadn't started yet, at least not officially, but you really seemed to be enjoying what you did. Your streams, they felt unique to me. You focused on improvement, clear goals, on taking these games to the next level. And there it was one day. I'll never forget tuning in for that stream, because it inspired me a lot. Your reaction, the joy of disbelief, your face, chat freaking out, was crazy. 105.56. You know the one. Naturally, since then it's gotten lower, but at the time, there were runners who felt inspired. They picked it up and tried themselves, among them even me, and I don't even like that game too much. Now this morning I was messaged and was told that it felt difficult for you to feel a sense of pride for your achievements. To which I'll be honest, I chuckled, brother, because that confirmed it to me. You're a different breed. Of course, I knew as much already, but my respect for you has continued to grow over the last 2 years, and to be honest, I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. It will never stop. When it comes to personal achievements, it's very difficult to feel a sense of pride, especially when it comes to speedrunning. When is a run good enough? When is the time save impressive? When is my consistency where it should be? I relate to this as I ask myself these very questions on a daily basis. In a way, being dissatisfied with your accomplishments in running is a part of the speedrunner's mindset. A journey all of us go through, and one that is different for everyone. However, I don't want to focus on myself here. I asked you yesterday when you watched your first run of the community and what it was. 2015 was the answer given, which is almost a decade ago. You started running in 2018, 4 years before I joined. You began with HP1, and your first record was, without a doubt, the same year. Now to this you say, it's different. Few played back then. When you compare it to times now, it's not at all impressive. Sure, and I respond with, but you were the one to take it there, and have continued to improve it since. 8-minute barriers. That's how many you've broken since then. And that's just one game. You chose to learn the rest. Bring them down as much as possible as well. Admittedly, not grinding them down as much as that one, but still enough to be the best, or at least one of the best. Until either someone else tried, picked them up where you left off, decides to focus on them, or you simply pick them up yourself again. And you say, no, it's not impressive. Our community is small. Some of these games are dead. It's not even close in terms of skill level to other runners out there, runners who inspire me. It is true, our community is rather small. However, you've worked hard and long enough to sharpen your skills so that you're on a high level for as many games as possible. And as a result, the 6 years you've spent running have made you, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best within our small world. Very few know what it takes to get there, how much practice and hard work goes into learning a game and then perfecting it as much as possible. And you spend a lot of time to do so. That is the journey of speedrunning. Constant improvements, being ready to invest the time and never be satisfied, never good enough. But I'm a slow learner, you say. It's hard to learn new strats in games. Well, that makes your accomplishments even more impressive. You learned the hardest strategy that I've personally ever gone for within a day, implemented it in a run 2 days later, and even defeated me with it. A well-deserved feat, might I add. You've worked long and hard enough to create a skill gap, a noticeable skill gap between you and others. A skill gap that can only serve as an inspiration. It's rewarding to bot flow, some would say. It always feels impressive, satisfying. And I agree. Your hard work will inspire others to put the time in as well in order to, be as good as you. People will look up to you, ask you for advice, want to learn from you. You've contributed in ways you cannot possibly imagine, or rather in ways that you don't really think about, providing good, insightful, and helpful tutorials to those who want to learn, always being around if people have questions, being an approachable kind of individual, contributed in rule discussions, and verifying runs despite your busy schedule. Bringing attention to these games, putting them out there for people to see. Now that is amazing, making them interesting. In 6 years, your presence has served to develop all these games, their routes, strategies, and exposure. You found significant time saves that others could not find for decades. You've inspired new generations of runners. And on a more personal note, you believed in me without even knowing me at the time. You trusted me with something big. You've helped me improve and develop as a runner. You've helped me host events when I did not have enough sleep. And you've talked to me when I needed you most. I am proud to call you friend. And I am proud of you, of all your achievements. Thank you for taking my favorite childhood game to such a high skill level, despite you preferring another one. Thank you for inspiring others to grind it, improve it, and reach your skill level. Thank you for taking the time to teach me things. Thank you for becoming the second partnered streamer within our community, so more people can experience these games. Thank you for following your dreams. And thank you for being my friend. This video will come across as incredibly cheesy, and truth be told, it is one of the most difficult projects I've ever written, but it was important to me. I want you to understand, even though it's sometimes an impossibility for us to be proud of ourselves as runners, I, as a runner and as your friend, look up to you, and I'm very proud of you. To anyone else watching, I say this. Sometimes it's very difficult to acknowledge your own achievements, to be proud of them. But every once in a while, we all deserve to pat ourselves on the back a little bit. Even for small things like cooking a meal or reading a book. There's a lot more I want to say, and I understand that this sort of video probably doesn't belong here. However, I'll leave it at this. Believe in yourself. You deserve it. That's about it.